This is your everyday English class.
Hello! Welcome to English Cactus. My name is Anna.
And my name is Brian. This podcast will help you practice your English in a fun and natural way, improving your listening skills. Now grab your coffee, relax, and let's begin.
Today, we're talking about something people think they understand, but most people get completely wrong: building good habits. Many people believe habits require motivation or willpower, but the truth is almost the opposite. The habits that stick are the ones that start small and feel easy.
And if learning English has ever felt difficult or overwhelming for you, that means you've already experienced the problem. Real habits, the kind that actually stay, don't grow from pressure. They grow from small, easy actions you repeat every day.
And before we start, we want to give you a challenge. Stay with us until the very end of this episode. If you do, your listening will improve, you'll understand the dialogue better, and the vocabulary will make much more sense.
And we would love to know, where are you from? Tell us in the comments. We have students from all around the world, and it's amazing to see.
And we would love to know, where are you from? Tell us in the comments. We have students from all around the world, and it's amazing to see.
And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue producing free episodes like this one, and it makes sure you never miss a lesson.
Now, let's get into today's topic: how to create good habits that actually stick, in English and in your life.
Hey, Daniel. Thanks for meeting me today. I really wanted to talk to someone about habits. I'm trying to change some things in my life, but I keep failing.
No problem, Maya. Happy to help. And trust me, everyone struggles with habits. It's not easy. But you're already doing great by trying to learn something new and asking for help.
Thanks. I just feel frustrated sometimes. For example, I try to study English every day, but I only do it for 2 or 3 days, and then I stop.
That's totally normal. Most people try to change everything at once, and then they get tired. Good habits don't stick because they're too big. The secret is to start small.
Small? But I want big results.
Everyone wants big results, but the trick is this. Big changes come from small habits, like tiny ones, so small you can't say no.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. You want to study English every day, right?
Yes, at least 30 minutes.
Okay, but that may be too big for a new habit. What if your new habit is to study for just 2 minutes?
2 minutes? That sounds useless.
Not useless, strategic. 2 minutes is easy. Your brain doesn't resist. And when you start, you usually continue longer. But even if you stop after 2 minutes, you still win. You're building consistency.
Interesting. So I should lower the difficulty?
Exactly. Make the habit so easy you can do it on your worst day. Tired, sad, busy, stressed, you should still be able to complete your habit.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. I usually create huge goals and then feel terrible when I fail.
That's because you're starting at level 10. Start at level 1. Keep going. You're doing great already.
Okay, so let me think. If I want to start reading more, maybe I should read 1 page a day?
Perfect. 1 page is great. You can always read more, but 1 page is enough to win the day.
I like that. But let me ask you something. What about breaking bad habits? That's even harder.
True, but the idea is similar. Make the bad habit difficult. Add friction.
Friction?
Yes. For example, if you want to stop eating too much junk food, don't keep it in your house. If you want to use your phone less, put it in another room when you work. If you want to stop scrolling at night, charge your phone far away from your bed.
Wow, those are simple things, but very powerful.
Exactly. You don't need discipline, you need strategy.
Okay, I love this already. But here's another problem. I start a habit, then after a week, I forget about it.
Then you need reminders. Habits grow when you attach them to something you already do.
How do I do that?
It's called habit stacking. You take an old habit and add a new one after it. For example, after I brush my teeth, I practice English for 2 minutes. After I drink coffee, I read 1 page. After I take a shower, I stretch for 2 minutes.
That's brilliant. It makes the habit automatic.
Yes, your brain loves routine. And when you connect habits, they stick longer.
I need to try that. But sometimes I get motivated for a few days, and then my motivation disappears.
That's normal. Motivation is not reliable. It's like weather. It changes all the time. You can't depend on it.
So what do I depend on?
Your system, your environment, your tiny habits, and most importantly, your identity.
Identity? What do you mean?
Good habits stick when they come from who you want to be, not just what you want to do. For example, you don't say, I want to study English. You say, I am a person who learns English every day.
Oh, wow. That feels different, more powerful.
Yes, because you're not forcing a habit. You're becoming the kind of person who lives that habit.
So instead of I want to read, I say I'm a reader.
Exactly. Identity changes everything.
I love that. And it feels doable.
Totally. And here's another tip. Celebrate your wins, even the tiny ones.
Celebrate? How?
Say something positive to yourself. Good job. Well done. You're doing great.
Or you can enjoy a small reward. A cup of tea, your favorite music, a short break.
I usually criticize myself. Maybe that's why I stop.
Exactly. You need to support your progress, not destroy it. Think of yourself like a friend. You wouldn't shout at your friend for trying, right?
True. I need to be kinder to myself.
That's a huge part of building habits. Okay, but I have a question. What do I do when I break a habit? Like I skip a day?
Simple. Start again the next day. The goal is never skip twice.
Never skip twice. I like that rule.
1 day missed is an accident. 2 days missed becomes a pattern. So just go back quickly.
Good point. I used to think missing 1 day meant the habit was broken.
Not at all. You're human, not a machine.
True. And what about tracking habits? Does that help?
Absolutely. You can use a notebook, an app, or even a calendar. Mark each day your habit is done. Seeing a visual chain helps you stay consistent.
Like, don't break the chain?
Yes, it's a great method. When you see 10 days in a row, you want to keep going.
That really helps. I think I'll make a habit tracker for English, reading, and exercising.
Good, but start with 1 habit, not 3. Build slowly.
Right. Start small. I keep forgetting that part.
Don't worry, you're learning.
So, Daniel, can I try creating 1 new habit right now with your help?
Of course, let's build one together. What habit do you want?
I want to study English every day.
Great.
That feels so doable, like really easy.
Exactly. That's the goal. Easy habits become strong habits.
And once the habit is automatic, I can increase the time?
Yes, but only after it feels natural. First make it consistent, then make it bigger.
Good. I think this will change my life.
It will. Good habits build good days. Good days build good weeks. Good weeks build good years. And good years build a good life.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And true. And it all starts with 2 minutes.
I'm excited now. I feel hopeful.
I'm glad. Keep going. You're doing great.
Thank you, Daniel. Seriously, this conversation was exactly what I needed.
Anytime. Habits are powerful, and you're on the right path.
I'll start today. No excuses.
Good. Just remember, small steps every day.
I will. And next week, I want to show you my habit tracker.
I can't wait to see it. You're building a better version of yourself little by little.
Thank you, Daniel. Really. Let's go build habits that actually stick.
That was such a great conversation between Maya and Daniel. Very real, very honest, and full of practical advice on how to build habits that actually last.
Yes, and before we jump into the explanations, we just want to remind you that we work really hard to bring these lessons to you for free. If you want to support this project, you can buy us a coffee for any amount. The link is in the description.
Every little bit helps us continue creating these episodes so you can keep improving your English in a natural, fun way.
Now, let's talk about the useful expressions and ideas from the story. We're going to take each important phrase, explain it, and give examples so you can use them in your own conversations.
1. Maya said, "I keep failing." This is a very natural and common phrase. I keep failing means I fail again and again, usually because something is difficult. People say this a lot when talking about habits, diets, studying, exercise.
Yes, and you can also change the verb and use the same structure. I keep forgetting. I keep stopping. I keep losing motivation.
It's great for expressing frustration, and it's simple. Daniel replied,
You're already doing great by trying to learn something new.
"I love this. It's very supportive. When someone is struggling, encouraging them helps them continue."
And English speakers use this kind of phrase all the time. You can say, You're doing great. You're on the right track. It's good that you're trying.
Short, positive, and motivating.
2. Daniel said, The secret is to start small.
This is such an important phrase, and not just for English learning, for life. Start small means begin with something very easy.
And you'll hear people say things like, Take a small step. Begin with something tiny. Don't start big, start small.
This expression shows up in self-help books, productivity videos, and everyday talks.
3. Maya said, 2 minutes? That sounds useless.
This is a great phrase because it shows doubt. When something sounds useless, it means it seems like it won't work.
And it's a very natural reaction people have. You can use this in many situations. That sounds strange. That sounds difficult. That sounds interesting.
It's a very flexible and natural pattern.
4. Daniel explained, Make the habit so easy you can do it on your worst day.
This sentence is long but very useful. Your worst day means a day when you are tired, stressed, busy, or sad.
And the idea is powerful. If the habit is easy enough, you can always do it, even when life is hard.
You can change it too. Make it simple enough. Make it easy to start.
Great structure for giving advice.
5. Daniel said,
You need reminders.
a very simple phrase. Reminders are signals or cues that help you remember something.
People use this in everyday English. I need a reminder for that. Can you remind me tomorrow? Set a reminder on your phone.
It's extremely common, especially with technology.
6. Daniel introduced habit stacking.
This is a very modern term used in self-improvement. Habit stacking means building a new habit by connecting it to an old one.
You can say, After I do X, I will do Y. It's a super effective method.
English learners should learn this phrase because it's used a lot in productivity content.
7. Daniel said, Never skip twice.
This is a rule many people use. It means if you miss one day, come back the next day.
And you can turn it into many different useful expressions. Don't skip again. Get back on track. Start again tomorrow.
Very motivational and very natural. All right, let's talk about some of the vocabulary from the conversation. These words are simple, but they are extremely powerful when you're talking about habits and daily routines.
Yes, and the cool part is that these words show up everywhere, in books and videos and conversations. So if you understand them, you understand a lot more English in real life.
Let's start with one of the most important ones, consistency. I feel like this word is the heart of the entire topic.
I agree. And it's funny because consistency is such a big idea, but the meaning is simple. Doing something again and again. Not perfectly, just regularly.
Right. And people in English-speaking countries use this word all the time. You'll hear, consistency is key, or I need to stay consistent.
Yes, and when you think about habits, consistency matters more than motivation. 2 minutes every day is better than 2 hours once a week.
Exactly. And that idea is everywhere in English culture. Small, daily actions that build something big.
Another great word from the dialogue is friction.
This one is interesting because it's used a lot in productivity conversations.
Yes, and friction sounds like a complicated word, but the idea is super easy. Something that makes your action harder.
For example, if you want to use your phone less, putting the phone in another room adds friction. It makes the bad habit harder to do.
And you can also reduce friction for good habits. If you want to study English, keep your notebook open on your desk. No friction, no barriers.
It's amazing how much this idea helps. Your environment becomes part of your habit.
Speaking of environment, that's another important word.
Yes, and in English-speaking cultures, people talk a lot about how your environment influences your behavior. Clean desk, easier to work. Open book, easier to study. Phone far away, easier to focus.
And your environment can be physical or digital. Cleaning your room, organizing your apps, turning off notifications, all of that is environment design.
Great phrase, environment design, very common in productivity books.
Another vocabulary word from the story is motivation.
Everyone knows this word, but not everyone understands the cultural meaning behind it.
True. In American culture, motivation is seen as something nice to have, but not something you depend on.
Yes, people say things like, don't wait for motivation. Motivation doesn't last. What matters is your system.
It's very different from some cultures where motivation is everything. In English-speaking countries, habits are more about structure than emotion.
Let's look at another important word, identity.
It sounds deep because it is deep.
Yes, because identity means who you believe you are. And in American habit culture, identity is a big part of self-improvement.
If you say, I'm trying to study English, that's weak. But if you say, I'm a person who studies English, everything changes.
You act according to your identity. You protect it. You repeat it. You become it.
That's why Daniel said that habits stick when they come from your identity.
And we also had the word reward.
Such a simple idea, but really important.
Yes, a reward is something small you give yourself after doing a habit, like a break, a cup of tea, a moment of pride, anything that feels nice.
And the big idea is this. When the habit feels good, your brain wants to repeat it.
Exactly. That's how habits stick. And one more, tracker.
A tracker is like a calendar where you mark your progress.
People love trackers in English-speaking cultures. They put stickers, check marks, colors. It becomes fun, and fun habits stay longer.
And the expression, don't break the chain, is super common. When you see a long line of successful days, you want to keep it going.
Yes, the visual progress motivates you more than anything else. Now, let's talk about some cultural ideas that connect with habits, because habits are not only personal, they're also cultural.
Yes, and if you understand these cultural details, you understand English speakers better too. Let's start with something huge in the US and Canada, the idea of self-improvement culture.
Oh, yes. Americans love improving themselves. New habits, new routines, new planners, new goals. It's everywhere. Bookstores, YouTube, podcasts.
And it's considered normal and healthy to work on yourself all the time. People say things like, I'm working on my morning routine, or I'm building better habits this month.
It's not strange. It's part of the culture. People admire consistency and discipline.
Speaking of morning routines, that's another big cultural point.
Morning routines are almost a trend.
Absolutely. Many English speakers believe the morning sets the tone for the whole day. So you'll hear things like,
I wake up early to journal. I drink water first thing in the morning. I stretch before anything else.
And videos about my 5 a.m. routine are extremely popular. Even if people don't do it, they like learning about it.
The idea is that small morning actions create better days. That connects directly with habit culture.
Another cultural idea is the connection between identity and habits.
Yes, English-speaking cultures really love the idea that you can become a new version of yourself.
You'll hear phrases like, I'm becoming the kind of person who reads. I'm someone who exercises. I'm the type of person who learns every day.
This idea is very strong in the US and Canada. People believe identity is something you build, not something fixed.
Another big piece of culture is environment design.
Yes, people in these countries often redesign their spaces to make habits easier. They clean, organize, label things, create dedicated study areas.
And it's not seen as obsessive, it's seen as smart.
For example, putting fruit on the counter makes you eat healthier. Keeping books next to your bed makes you read more. Leaving your notebook open makes you study more.
The environment does the work for you. That idea is very cultural.
And finally, we have planning culture.
Oh yes, planners, calendars, apps, people really use these tools daily.
In many English-speaking places, planning is considered responsible, not boring. People say,
Let's schedule it.
I put it in my calendar.
I need to organize my week.
And writing things down is part of life, from kids in school to adults at work.
And that's why habit trackers and routines feel so natural in these cultures. They're part of how people organize their lives.
All right, now it's time for one of my favorite parts of the episode, the part where we help you create your own sentences in English.
Yes, because listening is great, but being able to speak, even simple sentences, is what really makes your English improve. And today's topic fits perfectly with real-life expressions you can start using right away.
We're going to give you model sentences, real examples, and easy alternatives for when you feel nervous or don't know what to say.
And remember, you don't need fancy vocabulary. Simple English works. Consistent English works. That's the secret.
Let's start with sentences about habits, since that's the theme today. Here's a super useful one. I'm trying to build a new habit.
Yes, that one works so well in daily conversation. And you can personalize it, like, I'm trying to build a habit of reading. I'm trying to build the habit of studying English every day.
Another natural one is, I want to start small.
Oh, that's great. And you can connect it to anything. I want to start small with exercise. I want to start small with my English practice.
A really important one is, I want this habit to stick.
Yes, that phrase to stick means to stay, to continue, to last. And it's used a lot in English. You can say, I want my morning routine to stick. I want my study habit to stick.
It sounds natural, friendly, and very common.
Another model sentence you can use is, I'm focusing on one habit at a time.
Yes, because if you try to change everything, nothing changes. And this sentence is simple and very honest. And here's a classic one.
I want to be more consistent.
You will hear English speakers say this sentence every day. It works for fitness, food, productivity, English, everything.
Now let's make these sentences more real. Imagine someone asks you about your goals. A simple answer could be, I'm building a habit of studying English after breakfast.
That's great. Or if someone asks about your routine, you can say,
I read one page every night before bed.
and if you're trying to change a bad habit, you can say,
I'm trying to reduce friction so this habit is easier.
perfect. And here's a super practical one.
I put my phone in another room so I don't get distracted.
That's exactly what Daniel talked about in the story, changing your environment to make habits easier.
Perfect. Now let's help the students who get nervous or forget what they want to say. We always include these options because simple communication is still good communication.
Yes, if you can't remember a big sentence, you can say a mini version. For example, instead of I'm trying to build a habit, you can say I'm building a new habit.
Or even simpler, I'm starting something new.
Another example, instead of I want to be more consistent, just say I want to do this every day.
That's a great one. Short, easy, correct.
If you forget how to say habit stacking, you can simply say, I do this after I do that.
Exactly. For example, I study after breakfast. Or I read after coffee.
And if you get stuck and don't know what to say at all, here's your emergency sentence.
I want to improve this.
Yes, that works with anything. English, exercise, focus, organization.
And remember, you don't need perfect sentences. You need practice, repetition, and small steps. That's how habits and English grow.
Yes, so here's our challenge. Listen to the dialogue one more time after this.
The second time, you will understand more. You will recognize vocabulary, you'll hear new details. It's easier and more natural. That's how listening skills improve, with repetition. So stay with us, relax, and enjoy the dialogue again.
That was a powerful conversation today. We learned how small, simple habits can create big changes, and how starting tiny is often the best way to make a habit stick.
Yes, and we also saw that motivation is not the secret. The secret is making habits easy, connecting them to your daily routines, and being consistent, even if it's only 2 minutes a day. That's how you grow.
Now the question is, what are you going to do with this information? Are you going to start a tiny English habit? Are you going to change your environment? Are you going to try habit stacking?
Think about it. What's one small action you can take today? 1 page? 1 word? 1 minute? What new habit do you want to build this week?
Tell us in the comments. We really want to hear from you because speaking your goals out loud, even in writing, helps you stay committed.
And remember, you don't need to be perfect. You don't need long hours. You just need small steps repeated often. That's how habits stick, and that's how English becomes part of your life.
So keep practicing, keep improving, and be patient with yourself. Tiny progress every day is still progress.
Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new episodes, and share this with a friend who also wants to create better habits or improve their English.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. You did great today.
Take care, keep going, and we'll see you in the next episode.